Howdy, this is Todd Anderson here, and this is sort of a look at my final project for our social networking and learning class in the EdTech program at Boise State University. So I sort of decided to not focus so much on how I was the tool for presenting my project. I just used a basic wiki to keep track of the essential components for the project and being able to document what I'd done. So I'll quickly just kind of point these out. We're on the home page right now where I just have the basic information, and then I have my main links to the project proposal and the rubric. What I wanted to look at was some screenshots of what I've done with my students so far, and explain, what the key features of my project were, the relationship it has to social networking and learning, and the personal learning that occurred in my own life as a result of doing this project. So first, sort of the key components of the project were that my students would brainstorm video game ideas. Scratch is a program for designing and creating, doesn't have to be video games. You can do animations and simulations, and it's kind of an introduction to programming, but I introduced my students to game design with it, my 7th grade students. So what I did for them was we're coming up to the start of this unit in about a week or two, and I want them to be thinking about what we're going to be doing since our time during the unit is limited. So I had them brainstorm ideas for their final project, which will be a game, and I set up a wiki for them in Blackboard, which our school operates. So here's a screenshot that I set up. Every student got their own page in the wiki, and on their page they had to put in a proposal for what they wanted their game to look like, and then I assigned them to give feedback to each other, and you can see feedback going on here, commenting, so that students would have good input about their game ideas and could start thinking about how they might improve on it. I wanted them to be able to utilize online tools that are collaborative, such as wikis. Most of my students never used that before, so I thought that was important, as well as really practicing giving feedback to each other. And we looked at the importance of understanding what is appropriate and inappropriate in giving feedback. So the social networking aspect was really the feedback and using a collaborative tool, such as a wiki, which I think that they found that extremely useful. They didn't do a lot with it other than the text. They did do some images in there, but there's more room to grow. As far as my own personal learning goes, I found it was a little bit of a challenge to figure out how I was going to structure this appropriately so that it would be easy for them, since it was their first time using a wiki, and that they would actually be able to complete the assignment. So setting up a social environment was definitely challenging and was a learning experience to go through. I went ahead and pointed them towards the Scratch website and had them take a look at, okay, what are some examples of not only of projects, but of the commenting that goes on these projects that are posted here on this site. So these are existing projects, and we talked about, okay, what kind of comments are helpful and what kind of comments really aren't helpful. I was very excited to see my students getting excited about receiving feedback on their projects, and of wanting to move forward with those. So that was my project, and thanks for listening.